Oh, hi. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Just Gaming Tingz Podcast. Here we are. We bring an all queer perspective on video games, gaming news, and nerdy stuff every Saturday live on Twitch at twitch.tv/JustGamingTingz with a Z at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, the next day on YouTube and your favorite podcast services. My name is Ruby. You can also call me Project Ruby. My pronouns are he, they. Yeehaw. Hi, everyone. Hi, Koga.
Hello, my name's Koga Jangles. My pronouns are he and him. I don't know why I had to think about that hard.
Listen, I was going to say it's a Saturday, but I don't know what that has to do with anything.
It's a Saturday. Saturday, brain off.
Yeah. Just Saturday things. Hi, Spin.
Hi. I see you stealing my entire brand. Hello.
First you have the flannel, and then you have the yeehaw, and then it's over. Next thing you know, hi, I'm Spin Blend. Welcome to Yeehaw.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. By the way, hello. We're here to do a gaming podcast.
We really are. We are doing it. And then I dye my hair pink, you know. It's fine. It's great.
Oh
no. No, I could never. I would be the Walmart version, the not as good version, the bootleg, if you will.
Oh no.
Yeah, I could never.
Oh. But anyway, it's me. I am the one who is Spin Blend.
Yes.
And I use he, him pronouns. Imagine.
Yeah, imagine that. It only took us...
Conceptualize it.
10 years to do an intro. It's okay. It's fine. Great. But we do Gaming Tingz. We talk about Gaming Tingz. And Gaming Tingz happened this week. Not that many, but it happened. It was a week.
Some gaming things did occur.
Yeah. One of the first things that we actually are not going to get super into was that Sony did in fact confirm the PS3, PS Vita, PSP store closing down. The good news that came from that is that the things will be downloadable. And that was a thing that was up in the air when the rumors and the reports first came in. People weren't sure if the games would be downloadable again. So I saw a bunch of articles that week where people were just like, download all the games, get all the hard drives, I don't know. And then thankfully Sony confirmed that games will be downloadable, which is good. We got into it a lot last week. We actually talked very in-depth into it. But I was very happy to hear that it was confirmed that things were going to be downloadable. Do y'all have any closing thoughts on that before we move on to our weekly stuff from this week?
Buy what you want to now, because that's one thing they won't let you do when it closes. You can't buy new games and you can't buy new DLC.
Yeah.
So if you're still playing like any game that still has a bunch of DLC, you better get it now.
Oh boy, I might actually have to go do that then, because I still.
Oh no.
I use my PS3 like way more than I use my PS4, honestly. Like I still am playing a lot of PS3 games. So I might actually have to go look.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm probably going to compare, because what I'm concerned about now that y'all are talking about that is like certain PS1 games that obviously there's physical versions, but I wonder if the prices are going to go up for those. So I'm like, maybe I should just get the digital version on PS3 and figure that out. But Sony, this would have been so much easier if you just made all those games backwards compatible. But
yes.
We talked about it a lot last week, so maybe we should get into it again.
Yeah.
But we actually do have a backwards compatibility story. So, hey.
Ooh. Do you want to start with that?
Sure, we can definitely go ahead and start with that. So Xbox is doing more backwards compatibility with Xbox Game Pass for streaming, which is right now is just for like mobile Android. I believe it's coming to Apple at some point, officially, not like some workaround they did to like kick Apple in the face for not allowing them to do it. So there's a few Xbox 360 and original Xbox games. I think is original. Yeah, there's a few original Xbox games here. The games that they're adding to the xCloud is going to be Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Double Dragon Neon, Fable 2, Fallout New Vegas, Gears of War 2, 3, and Judgment. Jetpack Refuel. Have I heard of that? Whatever.
We're all
Cameo. Like, Perfect Dark Zero. Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I might have mispronounced it. I never played that one, so if I did, I don't know what to tell you. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Viva Pinata, and Viva Pinata Tip. I never played neither one of those two either, so I don't know the difference. But the thing is, I do like
it for something actually.
Tip.
Tropical Island something.
Hold on.
Sounds about right.
This picture won't get bigger. But
Tropical Island Paradise?
Tropical Island Party.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Could be definitely wrong, but all those are coming soon to
look it up.
The xCloud, if that's something you if someone who likes to do streaming in that way. And so I do think that's good because they weren't at first. It was just Xbox One games, so it's nice that they're bringing backwards compatibility over to that as well. And for me, I don't do streaming for like that. I mean, I stream on Twitch. That's about it. But I do think this is good. I'm glad to see Game Pass still getting better, and they've been doing rather good this week. Like they also even got MLB The Show on Game Pass. Now, I'm not a simulation baseball person, but I know these games still do well anyway. And this was a Sony exclusive for I think at least a good 13 years. And then it went multi-plat, and then earlier this week they announced that it's coming to Game Pass day one, which is great because that game costs $70 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X for some reason. And hey, if you're on Xbox now, you don't have to pay $70 to play this game. But it's been a pretty decent week for Game Pass, and just more exciting for the future. Any of y'all have anything decided on these? I don't think y'all play, I guess, on your phone too much.
My only thing is that I was very wrong about Viva Pinata. It's actually TIP is actually short, an abbreviation for Trouble in Paradise, and not in fact
kind of close.
Tropical Island Party. So we tried, we really did, but that's all. Banjo-Kazooie, do we need that to stay relevant? You know,
just because it personally victimized you doesn't mean that other people don't deserve the right to play it.
Oh, it's not a right. It's should people be allowed to play that game? Is that game safe for people to play? That's what I'm saying. This is a safety hazard. This is a public concern.
Oh,
Can you tell I thoroughly loved my Banjo-Kazooie experience? Anyway, yeah.
Oh my
god.
I wonder how like some of these games will play on the phone, because like I haven't really tried using using this on the phone yet. But like the idea of just like being able to just like whip out your phone anywhere and just like play Morrowind is just like very appealing to me.
Yes, use your controller.
True, but like, what if you're out and about?
Get a clamp and clamp it onto your controller. You can get them for maybe like 15, maybe 15, $20, and you just it'd be just like anything else. Have your controller looking like this, and it'd be like have it up here, kind of like this, and you'll be playing. And
cute.
Yeah, it's that you can actually do that. It's just that if you're going to be doing that, like hopefully it doesn't your connection doesn't go down to 3G, because that's going to be hilariously bad.
Oh God, yeah.
But there are like a few games they have on there that they have touch controls for that you can just use the screen. I'm not exactly sure which ones do, and I don't know if any of these are going to, but they mostly I guess they mostly expect you to use like a Bluetooth controller. You can use a PlayStation 4 controller if you want. They didn't lock it out. As long as it's a Bluetooth controller, you should be fine.
Oh,
The
that's
blasphemy
cool.
in that. I kind of love it. There was one I remember there was a game that I once played on Game Pass, and I played it with my PS4 controller because I was doing it for something else, and I was like, there's something so meta about me playing Xbox Game Pass on PC with my PS4 controller. There's just something so magical about that. And so like I felt so it was like I usually don't have guilty pleasures. I was like, this is almost like a guilty pleasure. I'm like, I shouldn't love this. This is like drama.
That's gaming in the future, you know?
It's a gaming of now using different controllers on different systems. It works. I used to play like a PlayStation 2 controller on a 360 because the 360 D-pad is god awful.
Well, that may or may not be the reason as to why I play with my PS4 controller on PC often, because I have a 360 controller for that.
Yeah.
And
also.
yeah, imagine playing Celeste on that D-pad, because with that game you can't really use the
Analog stick.
analog. Yeah, you have to kind of go with the D-pad, and oof, what a journey. Love the game
I'm
though.
just kind of like brainstorming, like, ooh, I do have my like Xbox Series controller, and I could just like plop my phone on there and get like a little clamp and just be ready to go.
Yeah.
Be like doing Fallout New Vegas, like in the waiting room of the doctor's office. Like,
Yes.
I kind of love that concept. I might
I love
actually
it.
go ahead and do that and like let y'all know how it goes
Oh, I'm here
on
for
the
it.
podcast.
It
I'm
works
here
pretty
for
good.
that.
I actually did it with my tablet. Well, I didn't like use a clamp for it, but I used like it with my tablet when we were like at an old apartment, and it works fine as long as your internet connection is fine. It'll work. But like I said, right now the only way to use xCloud, unfortunately, is through like a wireless connection. They are planning to bring it to Windows 10 at some point, so that's when I think we'll actually really get to see how good the connections and whatnot is.
That'll be good for like, because like especially like not everybody is gonna have like a computer that's gonna be able to run like all of these games.
Yeah.
So I think that's great for like people who want to game on PC but don't necessarily want to like build like a beastly computer that'll be able to handle it. You
Right.
know?
For sure.
So I think that'll be cool.
Accessibility turns out good thing. Getting people to get games without having to pay huge amounts of money for consoles or computers or computer upgrades. We love to see it.
And like I was gonna kind of touch on like the accessibility of that in general, because like I can't always like sit in this chair and like play my Xbox.
Yeah.
So like during the times where I'm just like I'm like laid out or I'm like bedbound and I'm just like, you know what, I'm super bored. It would be great to be able to just like fire up a game, like just
Yeah.
like just lay in there. That would be so cool. So okay, I've made the decision. I'm gonna get one of those clamps. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna try it out. I'll let y'all know about it.
Yes. Keep us updated. Next episode. Stay tuned.
I make purchasing decisions live on the podcast.
You gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
Yeah, Ruby, what are your thoughts and feelings? Except for the Banjo-Kazooie feelings, we know those.
Yeah.
What an amazing game that is.
Amazing is a very strong word.
Lots of power.
Yeah, lots of power. Hi. My opinions on this. I'm always down for backwards compatibility. I wish that I recognized or that I was more familiar with more of the games, and that's not on them. That's more on me because I didn't really grow up with an Xbox, so I have a very limited scope of Xbox and Xbox exclusives and stuff like that. So it's not really, it's not on them. It's not a problem of theirs. It's more of like, oh, a lot of games that I don't know, but I would be interested in knowing. Um, this is one of those things where I hope that competitors are looking at them and taking notes of what works and what doesn't work and what people like and what people didn't like. Because I do think that there's potential in that idea of like cloud streaming, and streaming in general as far as games. It can definitely be a thing, but it has to be done right. And I saw something about how PS Now has been like quietly adding more and more games to the downloadable options. I don't know I don't know any details. I just kind of saw that really like randomly when I was looking through like things to bring up to today. But that would be interesting if that was a thing that they added. Or if they continue to improve their servers. Because I remember one time I tried to stream a game from PS Now, and oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, it was not cute. Because my Ethernet cable is plugged into my laptop because I'm streaming from it, like streaming on Twitch from it. So my PS4 didn't have the Ethernet cable, but my internet is pretty good. But still, it was not great. And you can't just expect, and I know that it would probably be way better if I had my Ethernet cable plugged there, but you can't just expect an average consumer to be like, oh yeah, I have 3,000 Ethernet cables and my console is going to be like wired and everything is going to be that's just not how it's going to be. Like a lot of people are just going to rely on Wi-Fi, and it's going to be more accessible, it's going to be more straightforward for them, because that's also a reason why you get a console to begin with. You just want to like plug it in and kablam, play the games, do all the things, no setup. Yeah, kablam, technical terms only.
That's why I like the option, like at least if you have like an Xbox on console, to just download them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're on Wi-Fi, unfortunately, there's not much they can really do about that. I mean, they can't do nothing about the fact if you're dropping packets. I mean, it's just the way that works. But if they give an option to download it, then it negates that a lot. It may take a bit to do that, but at least it's not you're playing it and then it starts, pixelating, or it just cuts off.
Yeah.
So.
Because there's also something to be said about people who play or have played the xCloud in like public Wi-Fi, and they said it was amazing. So that there's also that, and we could argue that Microsoft has probably a very big lead as far as technology and probably servers and back-end stuff.
Yeah, they threw a lot of money into this. They threw a lot of money into this to get this working. So it totally makes sense. So I'm just excited for a future where things are you can just like play an old game just as easily as you can play a new game, and that's a really cool thing for me. Legally.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but it's illegally, it's not as convenient either. So
I mean,
it depends on the console, because sometimes it cannot be, and sometimes it just is. But it's just if you make it available for people to purchase, and they can, a lot of people will. Yeah. But that's been the thing on like PC for the longest time. A lot of publishers and whatnot have been afraid of, like, we put it on PC, people are going to pirate. I'm like, well, yeah, you're not stopping that, but a lot of people will buy it if you put it there. So I mean, make it available. People still do it, and it's a lot more convenient because it's just buy it, download it, done.
Yeah. Well,
and then
you know what's more convenient this week? Killing people in Among Us, because there's a new map that makes things more convenient and easy for the killers. Hi. Segues.
Wow.
Listen, Chalora isn't here. I have to try to, make up for the fact that Chalora isn't here, Chalora is
do our segues.
Chalora is the queen of segues, and I cannot compare. So I'm trying.
You're doing amazing. I'm proud.
This was a very interesting update. I can only assume that this was like an Among Us 2 idea that they eventually, with the success of Among Us, they eventually were like, oh, let's just make this an update. And yeah, there's really not much to it. It's an airship, so it's interesting because there's like different levels to it now, and it makes things more dramatic, and it's a bigger map, so it's probably also answering a lot of people's requests, if you will, for the game and different ways of playing it and changing it around. Because the game is super, super popular. It hasn't really gone anywhere. I feel like I still see plenty of Among Us streams doing extremely well. So I don't think it's going anywhere, and it's exciting that they're a very small team and they're still going at it and they're still working very hard on the game, and they're excited, and they look at people's feedback and they try to implement it and all of that stuff. But I'm not great at Among Us. I'm personally not. But yeah, this was something that we figured would be noteworthy to mention. However, would you listeners be interested in a Just Gaming Tingz Among Us session?
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Because I feel like that would be drama.
That might be kind of iconic. I mean, we definitely have to get like all of us and maybe some friends.
Yeah, potentially friends as well, so that there's at least more than 5 of us.
Yeah,
Right.
enough so you can have, I guess, like at least 2 imposters and more to
Ooh,
keep.
yeah, that could work.
Yeah. We could definitely do that.
I think that would
I
be
feel
really
like-
fun.
I'll probably die a
I
lot.
feel like it would be very chaotic, but I think that might be iconic.
Yeah.
know?
Does the new map and all the updates that they've been doing since the game became more popular made you more interested in it, or are you at the point in quarantine lockdown where you're just like, I'm over it, I want to see and experience other things?
Yeah, I haven't really been as interested in Among Us. I'm probably gonna just like check out some streams with the new map because like I know there are a lot of people like streaming on the new map, and I think it's cool for like people who play the game like a lot, play it regularly, or like watch streams of it regularly to just like have that variety in there. And it's cool that like they made it so that you can have lobbies up to 15 players now, like especially for that bigger map. I think that was a good call. But yeah, I would be interested in playing with y'all, but like I don't know if I would play it on my own.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, I couldn't solo queue for that. No. Not with strangers, no. That's how I am with a lot of multiplayer games though. Like I played I mentioned playing Fortnite last week, and I only played it because I played with a friend. Like throughout this past week, I haven't had like an opportunity to play with a friend, so I just didn't play it for a whole week. So that's just how I am with like multiplayer games. I don't like to solo queue. I find it often repetitive when I solo queue, because I think it often highlights certain issues with certain games when you solo queue. I remember having an issue with Apex because I solo queued a lot back then. This was like probably season 1 or 2. And because I didn't have any friends to play with, I ended up just like being stuck with people who went off and died and then just yelled at me in the chat to like revive them, and me being like, that's not how I play the game. Or like people who push you to like suddenly you're like, you look around and someone is fighting everyone and you're like, why are you doing that? I usually am the type to hide the whole time and just get good weapons and stuff. Like,
Do it.
that's like a thing that when I used to play Fortnite more often, people, I was like, what are you doing? The purpose of the game is not to kill a lot of people. The purpose of the game is for you to survive until the end. Like, yes, of course, like if someone confronts you, or if you run into someone and they're in your hiding spot, or whatever, you have to kill them, right? But don't go out of your way to kill people. That's not the point of the game. You're supposed to survive.
Right. What people do that, and I don't get it. Like when I was playing like Call of Duty Warzone, and I would go like solo, and just everyone just like tries to just constantly shoot people, and I'm just like sitting around for like a good 15 minutes, like just listening to the sounds of everything that's happening. Because it's like, yeah, you want to get the top rank. And I mean, I guess you maybe want to kill people to level up your weapons, but that's not the best mode for that, honestly. But yeah, like if you're trying to be the last one standing, wait. Like if you don't have to, avoid it.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I grew up watching the Double Dragon cartoon, and he said, do not battle if you can avoid it. That's exactly what I do. And I usually do decently until like I get caught. Because then I can't aim. And then I die.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be like me with that one time that I was imposter in Among Us, where I immediately within like 2 minutes of starting the game accidentally killed Smallsy and then accidentally self-reported.
Oh no.
Because that was not good. That was not good strategy.
Have you ever killed someone and like people were talking about it, you were talking to the mic but you were muted and that gave you away? I've had that happen twice.
Oh,
like I killed someone and I was thinking I was talking and I wasn't. They were like, "You're awfully quiet. You're the one." And I'm like, "They're right," but I didn't know my mic was muted.
That's the reason I thought. Yeah,
Oh no.
I was just like so overwhelmed because I was like, because it was Smallsy's very first Among Us game too, and I was just like, I was feeling like so guilty about having murdered Smallsy so viciously 2 minutes into his first ever Among Us game, and then also I was flustered because I accidentally self-reported and I just stayed muted, and I was just like, ah! And everybody's like, Spin, and I'm just like.
I'm screaming.
So yeah, I feel like Among Us definitely is not a thing that I would be good at.
I've never been the imposter. I remember I've only played once for like 3 or 4 hours, and I never got the imposter for that entire time. And it was very sad. I was like, come on, give me imposter. But I was accused of being the imposter, and it was very stressful because I knew I didn't do it. But I was fully being framed, and I somehow got out of it. But I was like, oh no, I gotta defend myself. But then if you try to defend yourself too much, then that sounds suspicious because you're like, why are you so aggressive about defending yourself? So
because it wasn't me.
Well, I know that, but you know.
Honestly, like my personal best case scenario in Among Us is I'm the first one to die, because then it's very low pressure on me, and I can just float around as a ghost and do my little tasks and like silently help everyone. And
I'm screaming. Have y'all tried that mode where it's like everyone's audio is on, but it's like proximity chat? So
I haven't tried it, but I've seen a lot of people do that.
That's how I played it. So it's actually fun because when you die, you actually can talk to the other ghosts. And you can still hear what the others are saying, but they can't hear you. Like the game, basically, that's a mod for Among Us where you basically hear people. Everyone's mics are on, and if they're around you, you can hear them. And which makes it so like for streamers, everyone is trying to be like, let me go this way. Definitely not going to kill someone. And everyone's just like acting as if they're doing a task because you don't know if someone is going to listen to you. But then when you die, you can hear everyone doing the meetings. And you can also hear the other ghosts, and the other ghosts can hear you, but the people doing the meeting cannot. So the game automatically like mutes you and puts you in different like audio chats so that people don't spill the beans. But it's drama because I was like, no, what are you doing? They did it. They killed me. Why are you not like? What's not clicking? It's drama.
And you can just like talk shit with the other ghosts. Be like,
how did you die? Hey, who did it?
Oh.
Look at this person acting like they didn't murder us.
Right. I'm screaming.
I do kind of love that. I might, if we do Just Gaming Tingz Among Us 2021, we should probably do it like that because I feel like that would be iconic.
Yeah, it is pretty glitchy because it's not like a game, feature. It's like a mod.
Right,
so sometimes
right.
it just fully doesn't work for some people and stuff like that. So, but it's fun when it does work for everyone and everyone has a good time with it. It's fun. Just like Fortnite, a game that if everyone's having fun, it can be fun. But if you're having a horrible time, then the game is rotted. Especially if you solo queue, like I've been saying. But hi, there's a Fortnite news story.
I did include a little Fortnite news story for our resident Fortnite player, our Fortnite-stress.
I play it one time. I played this game one time, and suddenly I'm the expert on Fortnite.
Oh, no.
They added the Stonks meme guy.
Yeah, the guy from the Stonks. Because of all the stuff that's going on with the Stonks.
I mean, yeah, but also, who asked for it?
Right.
Wait, hold on. So did they add him for real? Because I saw that it was they put it up on April Fool's Day. So they actually put him in?
I
think
is this an April Fool's Day story?
It could be.
But
I'm pretty sure you could actually play as the Stonks.
Because they might have still done it anyway.
Yeah, I think I don't know if there's gameplay footage of it, so I'm sure.
Okay, good.
I think they did it. I don't know if it's gonna stay, or maybe it was like an April Fool's thing for people to keep or to redeem that day or something. But it definitely happened.
Yeah, I think so. But I do see like their latest tweet that says Diamond Hands is off to the moon. Grab him before he rotates out of the shop. So I don't know if they did that on April Fool's Day. It's kind of like I wouldn't know whether to believe that or not. But if they added them in there, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's the Fortnite multiverse is very interesting. You have Lara Croft, you have X-Men, you have Stonks guy.
Stonks guy. This is why I hate April Fool's Day. I hate it so much.
I don't like that day. I honestly just got off Twitter because I was trying not to be a Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate April Fools in the gaming industry. I hate it.
I don't like it in general. It's like,
oh yeah,
I guess that's the worst things that could be happening. But everybody just keeps putting up the lamest jokes. That's like, it's the most obvious thing that you're lying. I've heard it before. And then it's game companies that put in like ideas that they won't do. And I'm like, why? Like, do that.
And sometimes they're good ideas.
Cool.
Yeah,
they don't do that.
And you get excited for it, and that's April Fool's, and it's like, well.
Yeah. Well, I know one game that did that. We have Fighting EX Layer. They did that to us. Like Fighting, there was Street Fighter EX that had like some original characters. And then like a few years ago for April Fools, they put up a trailer of like they were making a new one. And we're like, oh my God. And then they was like, oh, people want this. Okay, we'll make it. And they did. So I'm like, at least we got something out of that. But it's like there's a few good jokes here and there, but it's too far in between. And after a certain point, it's like, look, it's like me going on Twitter and saying I'm straight.
You can only see so many people fake come out.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
Like that I'm lying, and it's the most obvious thing.
Doesn't stop people from doing it though. If only.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite gaming April Fool's things is when someone is like, imagine if we did a visual novel. Haha, wouldn't that be so funny? Wouldn't that be so silly? And I'm like, visual novels are great. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, there's a big player base for visual novels.
Yeah. Why are you
People like them.
why are you shitting on us?
Right?
And on us and on visual novel devs, like what are you trying to say? Are you trying to imply something here?
Right, like you know, there are people who like make these games for a living, and people who like them and play them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read any lately, but like when I did, I enjoyed them. Like I really enjoyed the ones that let you like pick choices and it had different endings and things like that.
Yeah.
Especially ones that were like voiced. But yeah, it's like they're very good. So I'm like, I don't know. Like sometimes they do make like a butt out of like some of the genres. Like they do the same thing with like fighting games too. Like I can't remember what the brand was, but they made like this trailer they're making a fighting game, and people were like, "Look, if you're not gonna make it, then don't play with us like that."
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it's becoming more out of style too. I feel like I haven't seen as much this year. I feel like what I've seen was like stuff like this with Fortnite, where it's like an April Fool's thing, but it's also a thing that is playable and you can get it that day, and you can keep it afterwards. But other than that, I don't like fake updates for games when they're like, "We're gonna do this," and you're like, "That's low-key a good idea, though. Why don't you do that?" And they're like, "Well, you know." Because we're clowns.
They changed like the entire mechanic of a game and then show you what it looks like. Like we had this happen to us like back in 2010 with Virtua Fighter 5. It's a whole 3D game, and they made a trailer where it played similar to Street Fighter, and they started doing the moves. The announcer was the funniest part of the thing, because like they would do the moves and he would just get like ridiculously hyped. But it was like, you know, this would be a little bit. It's not Virtua Fighter in any kind of way, but like that would be a little bit interesting if you did. But it's again, that was like years ago, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I guess I'm not mad about April Fools. It's just that it's just not funny anymore, and it's very uncreative now.
For sure. That's mainly the thing. Yeah.
I do feel like the Animal Crossing Sanrio cards were like a sleeper April Fools, because like, do you know anyone who actually got one?
People are trash. I've heard so many accounts of people going on, like people tweeting about their experience going to a store and overhearing people in front of them saying that they were gonna get a bunch to like sell later. And then them, obviously, because I follow good people, them saying that they were gonna buy extra ones to give away, just to counteract that, which is nice.
The thought is nice, but
also
maybe don't buy more than the allotted two.
Yeah.
So that some other people can buy them.
Yeah. I haven't even thought about that, because some people could have done that under the guise of, I'm a good person, I'm giving away for free. But also it's like, you're technically also giving yourself a lot of promo, because people are going to want those cards and they're going to watch your stream and or go on your Twitter or your Instagram to get those. So
yeah.
Set up.
Yeah, like even if it's like with the best intentions, it's like you're still buying more than you should be and not leaving them for other people to buy.
Yeah, good intentions don't always mean good results.
Yeah. Didn't think about that. Well.
Yeah, and I was like, I was even like seeing people like being like, I bought like a few packs to give away. I'm just like, oh. Because I would love to just like be able to buy a pack and not leave it to chance, but I couldn't. Because part of it was my fault, because I did wake up like 2 hours late and they had sold out before I woke up. But I don't know why I didn't expect for them to sell out before I woke up. Like in retrospect, I should have just set an alarm, but it was like 9 a.m. and I wanted to sleep.
Listen.
But yeah, like that whole launch we can honestly like talk about that whole launch if we want to, because like
Oh yeah, we can.
I saw so many people that were up at 9 a.m. like to get them, and like they kept showing up as out of stock like on the Target website, and like even like right at the moment, and like there were people that had to like basically put them in their cart even though they were out of stock, and like sometimes they could get them but like sometimes they couldn't, and it was a mess. Like
Drama.
I don't understand why they made this a Target exclusive, and like Target did this, you know?
Yeah.
It's like true. But and I know from being a Nintendo fan that like literally they do these things and they make like 2 of them, and they're like, we know like 100 people want to give us money. We're just gonna give you 2. Good luck, everyone.
I really don't understand Nintendo's obsession with that, of like making like, even there was the execution of Mario, which I thought was so funny because I think CNN was like, there are rumors that Mario is gonna die, and people were like, oh sweetie, oh no,
Yeah.
no. That's no. But yeah, I don't understand their obsession with making things so limited, because I know that I would probably be interested in the All-Stars pack thingy, but I wasn't gonna like speed run a purchase. I was like, I don't need a game I don't need 3 new games right now. Well, 3 new old games. I don't need that. I don't need that right now. But also it's like, well, now I can't have them, literally, even if I wanted to. So why can't you let me give you money?
Just all we want to do in Nintendo is give you money. Just let us give you money.
I swear, if they announce
you had your opportunity,
a full remake of Mario 64 with the launch of the new Switch, I'm gonna be both pissed and
pissed.
I'm gonna be happy. It'll be mine.
Yeah, I would be both pissed and also like, well, I get it now. Y'all are gonna remake all of them, but at the same time, like, I also don't really. And Sony did this when they did the PS1 Mini, where people were like, "Where's Crash? Where's Spyro?" And some people were like, "Duh, they're doing the remake, so why would they do it? Because the originals, because preservation."
Right.
I mean, you talk about Sony and preservation. I mean, not trying to knock on Sony. I'm just saying.
Is it knocking on them when it's just facts?
It's the truth.
When it's just the absolute truth. Yeah, it's just like stuff like that. It just gets on my nerves because we just want to give you money. And
yeah, just like, why are you making it so hard to let us give you money? I don't understand.
And I understand, like, not overproducing things, because then you're just gonna have a lot of stuff laying around in storage or whatever. And we know Nintendo does not like to do sales. But that's also the cool thing about pre-orders. If you could only let people pre-order them, and then had maybe a limited release for people who didn't pre-order, but if you gave them an opportunity to pre-order and the pre-order be guaranteed, then you could produce enough.
Exactly how many to make.
Yeah, like
okay. They had pre-orders for everywhere else in the world that like sold out instantly, which I don't understand a pre-order selling out, because it's literally a pre-order.
It's a like.
And then, like, for the US, like, they didn't even let us pre-order. Like, it was very much like, you can't have these cards. We're gonna dangle them in front of you, but you can't have them.
Right.
You can't have them.
Should she suffer? Clap if you think she should suffer.
Clap if you think she should suffer.
That was Nintendo at their audience. Should they suffer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was an entire mess. I didn't really expect to rant about that today, but I'm glad I did.
Listen, we were talking about messy decisions, messy people, and
That was indeed a messy decision.
There was a common thread.
Yeah.
There was a theme.
Yeah.
There was a story. But what will hopefully not be a mess is the Summer Game Fest. It's gonna be back. For people who don't know, Summer Game Fest for gamers last year was very tiring. It was essentially, hey, there's no E3, let's make the entire summer E3. Which sounds fun in theory, but in practicality it's, hi, there's an announcement. Hello, announcement again. Hi, next week there's an announcement. And also next week. And also the day after.
And tomorrow there's another announcement. We're going to be busy this summer is what we're saying.
That's exactly what we're saying. Another announcement. Another announcement.
An announcement of an announcement.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Summer Game Fest was an event by Jeff Keighley. It started last year, like I said, because of E3 getting canceled, and they opened applications for indies to apply to be a part of the Day of Devs, which is one of the highlights. Usually a highlight in every presentation. You know, when Nintendo does an indie showcase, I'm there and I'm hype. When Sony is like, oh yeah, we have our AAA stuff, but also here's some indies coming, I'm like, I perceive. So every time there's an indie moment, I'm always there for it. And even Xbox had a thing recently with Twitch Gaming where they announced a bunch of indies, and I've also been perceiving some of those. So it's exciting. E3 though will be back. There was drama that they were considering having a paywall for people to watch it, and then there was drama, so they were like, no, we would never, that was never our intention.
Why would we do that?
Why would we ever do that? That's such silly reporting on things from very reliable sources. How could they?
Yeah, I wouldn't pay for that. I'd just wait for someone who would pay for it to put it on the internet, and I'd be like, all right, we got an article.
It also doesn't make sense because E3 is free every year on Twitch and YouTube and stuff for people to watch all the presentations. So why would it be? Would it be paid this year? I get it. People want to get paid. You know, people want to make money. It's a difficult time to exist.
But also, why are we going to pay you to advertise to us?
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Just do it like everyone else and just do it on Twitch, run a couple ads, get a sponsor or two.
Yeah.
Tostinos. I remember the Tostinos ads in 2017 or something. Like in between every other conference, there was like, hey, Tostinos, hi. Which, by the way, we're not sponsored. I've said Tostinos very often today, and we're not sponsored. Yet.
Yeah,
not yet.
If they wanted people to pay, they would have to be like, okay, demos. Like, if you give me some demos,
okay,
then sure, I'll pay to have like demos of like everything that you're showing off or close to it,
or like merch. They're not gonna... Like they send you like merch. That could be cute. I don't know.
I just want the games.
I know.
That said, speaking of Tostinos, if you make vegetarian and vegan options for pizza rolls, hi, hello.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
If you're watching, hi, Mr. Tostino. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday.
Hi, I'm a gamer, but I'm also a vegetarian.
There you go.
I would also like to enjoy a pizza roll.
A pizza roll sounds hungry, and I'm a pizza lover. Yeah. I'm just like, I just want anything pizza related. Give it to me.
Right.
Yeah. Are y'all excited though for summer of games, Day of Devs, all the things?
Yeah, I always love an indie moment. I definitely think we're gonna be like super busy around the summer. We're like, y'all are gonna get sick of us. Y'all are gonna see us a lot because we're gonna be like, I can't guarantee we're gonna react to everything, but like we're gonna try to react to a lot of stuff. And of course we'll like talk about the announcements on the podcast when they happen.
Oh
so
yeah, for sure.
I am excited for new announcements. I'm excited for new indie games. I'm hoping that there's lovely things that will be revealed that we can play.
I would love that.
Yeah,
about you,
and I'm manifesting a Tostino sponsorship.
Yep. Make us official hosts of E3 2021, and we will wear Tostino's branded clothing. I don't know.
I will cosplay as a pizza roll.
I'll be gladly to talk next to a big bowl of pizza rolls.
Yes.
These are delicious.
Yes.
Eat them like a snack.
Oh my god, that would be iconic. But yeah, Koga, my bad. Do you have any thoughts and concerns on Summer Game Fest?
I definitely will look forward to it. Glad to see there'll be something more for indie games and see what they come up with. I know they are I've said before, a very important part of the industry, so it's good to see more of what comes with that. Definitely be taking a look. Hope see some come to Game Pass. But if it don't, hey, that's all fine. I think that's definitely deserve attention and things of that nature. So I'll definitely be looking into that as well.
Yes. Well, that's it for the news, y'all. What a less juicy week. I feel like every once in a while in games, there's just like a couple of weeks where you're like, wow, nothing happened. Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Which gives us more time to play games, and actually experience things that are maybe new or not so new. So do we want to talk about what we've been playing? Should we do that? Do we want to do it?
So.
Maybe so. Yes. Do you want to go first, Spin? Hello. Hi.
I can. Okay. Y'all are gonna yell at me.
Oh, what did you do?
I got back into The Sims 4.
Oh, that's not a yell at you moment.
Right. I'm gonna sit back in my chair.
I did give EA some more of my money because I got some new packs.
Well, were they at least on sale?
Yeah, there was like a bundle deal.
Okay. At least they're not giving them all of them the money.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on Game Pass, so I'm kind of giving them money too. So, I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, okay. So here's the situation. I did, in fact, get the new. It came out like a couple years ago now, but like I literally haven't bought any Sims packs for like a few years. So I got like the Magic one. I got like the Strangerville one. I got a bunch of stuff. I got way too much stuff.
I love that.
I got like the Seasons one, the Seasons expansion. So there's like holidays and the all that good stuff. And I'm really excited to play, like get into more of those packs and everything. I haven't started like playing with the magical pack or like the Strangerville pack. I made like a cute little family. I made like a couple of girlies, and I was gonna have like them do like a very like domestic, like raising kids like storyline. And then the old vampire dude came in and bit one of my girlies. So
well,
he came in the middle of the night and bit one of my girlies. So that completely changed my storyline, and now I have to have her wife become a vampire hunter and avenge her.
I love that.
I was just gonna have like this cute little domestic story of like these girls like raising a bunch of kids and like having a happy family, but no, Mr. Vladislav had to come and completely change my story.
That's the funny thing about The Sims is that if you just let things happen, the chaos will just occur.
Right? Oh, wait, there was this one Sims game that I had. It was like right after Get to Work came out, and I think like Get to Work was like bugged or something when it first came out, because that was the pack that reintroduced the aliens, and I had like Sims of me and my partner, and we were just like living our life, doing our thing, like getting jobs, being successful.
Oh, no.
And I was just gonna like have us just like live our lives.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is, we kept getting abducted by aliens every single night. And and for those who don't know, in The Sims, when a male Sim gets abducted by aliens, they can come back pregnant. So
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Yeah. So literally every single night one of us was getting abducted by aliens and getting pregnant. So we had like an army of alien children.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, no.
And it just completely changed the whole storyline I had planned for us.
Thank God this isn't real life.
Ooh.
Right?
Oh, wow. Well, hopefully your new experience is not going to be as cursed. The new... well, it's already kind of cursed.
It's already kind of cursed. So yeah, I'll let y'all know how that goes. How the story of my girlie becoming a vampire hunter to avenge her wife.
What else have you been up to?
We did, in fact, on this very channel.
Oh, yeah.
We played some Hades together.
We sure did.
And that was iconic.
Yeah.
I had so much fun. I want to do that again.
Yes.
I don't know when we're going to do it again, but I do definitely want to do like more like co-runs.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just so much fun.
It was.
Do you want to like talk about that a bit?
You can go ahead with your thoughts because I have a lot of things that I played this week.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead with your perspective on it.
Oh my god, everyone is just so gorgeous, and there is an amazing iconic dog that we have to pet every time. It's the law.
Yeah.
And I love that like both of us kind of chose like very different play styles.
Yeah.
So that like even though like we are playing the same game, like it didn't get repetitive at all.
Yeah.
And like different things happened to each of us, and like we played the game very differently, and I just think that's so cool.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do that again very soon.
Yeah. What's your weapon of choice for people who missed the stream?
I've been a bowman. I've been using the bow.
The bowman.
I've been a bowman. And that's so fun for me. I love the moments where I can just like take out like a few enemies with one shot, and I just feel very good.
Yeah.
I'm more of a ranged girly, you know?
Yeah.
And I know you've been enjoying more of a melee style.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I can start with Hades, talking about that. That was super fun. I'm usually not that kind of gamer to play roguelikes because
Yeah, me neither.
I don't like the repetition. Often it feels like it's very punishy because it's like, oh, you made it through like half of the game. Oh, what a sweet soul you are. Time to go back to the beginning. And I hated that about just like games in general back in like the 90s, early 2000s, like before save points were a thing. And you had to basically play an entire game in one go or else it would be rotted. Yeah, I loved it though. Hades was super fun. It actually does encourage you to go back. Because it's like, ooh, what am I going to get this time? Who am I going to meet? Who am I going to talk to? And what are they going to say this time? So it's very, very interesting. And you always have the encouragement of your loyal doggy Cerberus. You get to pet him every time, and you can talk to him, and there's like little interactions every time. Achilles,
It's law.
an icon.
Gotta pet Cerberus before every run.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. That's not even a question. Achilles, an icon. Nyx, an icon. Dusa, I love her.
She's so precious.
She is so precious. Yeah, we only got to do like not even a handful of runs each, but it was still super super fun. I still use the default weapon, the sword, because I like just like zooming around, and I love when I happen to meet Zeus. One, because Zeus, hi, call me. And also because one of the things that he grants you is like whenever you like dash, you get to actually, there's like thunder impact with that. So at one point I actually got that upgraded as well. So I was just like zooming across the map, and I was dealing a lot of damage, but I wasn't even like actively aiming for someone. I was just dashing around the map, and it was lovely, and I loved it.
Yeah, you didn't even have to use your sword. You were just dashing.
Yeah, and I loved it so much. It was so much fun. Yeah, I also love the special where he basically does like a circle. He attacks people in that circle, and I prefer that because I often zoom around a lot, and I sometimes land in very awkward positions where I'm like, oh, that's not gonna work if you try to swing your sword right now. But yeah, that was super fun. I actually this week was actually very busy and was very fun. Like I got to try a lot of different things. I actually got the opportunity to try the new Arcade Spirits game, the new Challengers. I had the opportunity to play the demo early. The demo is out now for everyone. But one of the narrative designers on it actually is a part of Rainbow Arcade on Twitch. So I actually, I was able to get a demo early. Shout out to Sharky Ann. Hi, hello. It was super super fun. For people who don't know Arcade Spirits, I haven't played the original, but it's a visual novel about gaming. And the first one, it's about finding love and romance by working in an arcade, and the new one is you're basically building like an esports team, and it's super fun because like you have little interactions with the characters, and the way in which you interact with them ends up limiting the choices that you have later on. So if you have a reputation of being more of a balanced person or more of a cheerful person, then down the line when you have more crucial decisions to make, the game will erase the two options that you haven't basically been using, because that would be out of character for you to use. And I thought that was a very interesting way of like keeping you in character. Like, oh, it wouldn't make sense for you to be aggressive because you haven't been aggressive when you had the choice to be this whole time. So I thought things like that was really fun. And I liked how, the rival team is very like typical gamer TM, where they're like, this character should be nerfed. That character is trash. Like they're just very whiny and very annoying, and that very typical gamer that makes you want to beat them, basically. So that was super fun. The full game is coming out next year, so look forward to that. Support your indie devs. And another game that I got to try was actually Balan Wonderworld, which has been getting a lot of mixed reviews on the internet. And I understand the mixed reviews, and I understand where a lot of people come from. But I actually had a really, really good experience with it. It's the game created by the creators of Sonic and Knights. So that game is basically just like an old school like fever dream of a game, and it's not the most like revolutionary of a platformer. Like you're not gonna do stuff that you've never done before. It's one of those games that you can definitely tell that it would be a game that would come out in the like 2000s, and that's why it has mixed reviews, because for some people that's great and that's fun, and for some people that's not great and that's not fun, and it can seem outdated, it can seem clunky, it can seem yeah, I had a fun time though. Like the whole premise of it is that you only use one button to do all of it. So you can, which can be a struggle sometimes, because sometimes you just want to pick up an item and you're just jumping 3 times or 4 times in a row before you do it, or you want to interact with something and it sometimes doesn't quite work. So I understand that criticism, but that's what I thought was charming about it. It was like replicating the old school games where like, oh, you got a power up, suddenly you can't jump. Now you have to punch things. And if you want to jump, you switch to a different costume. And listen, I'm queer. I love different costumes. I love rainbows. I love little parades. Like when there's like checkpoints, there's sometimes little parades. There's like musical numbers at the end of each boss fight. For me, it's like, what's not to like? It's a chill game. It's fun. It's not that serious. The gameplay is not that complicated, which for me is a good thing, because I also, and I did think it was interesting seeing people coming into the stream and them being like, oh, this is going to be a good game for my kid to play, or for me to just play and relax, because I don't have to focus on an intense story or a complicated story. In fact, the story is very like, what's going on? I don't understand. And so yeah, that's what the things that a lot of people disliked about it are the things that I liked about it, because I was like, yeah, I don't need a complicated story. I don't need a complicated gameplay style. I don't need complicated controls. I just want to like chill and like play a cute little game that sometimes is clunky, sometimes doesn't make sense, sometimes it's chaotic, but I adore it. And yeah, just little disclaimer, I did get a code from Square Enix. Not that it impacted my opinions in any way, shape, or form, but disclaimer, hello, hi. I think that's basically it. A lot of Animal Crossing. That's it. What about you, Koga?
All right. So this week, of course, as always, every week, still playing Dokkan Battle, because it's what I do.
The gotcha.
Yep. I was waiting to see if you want to give me the same response as last week.
Listen, it was just
I didn't forget that.
It was just a friendly giggle. I was like, I get it. I feel the same about Animal Crossing. I play it for like hours, several hours every day. I understand. I get you.
Me and Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta do something while I'm working. So yeah, if you see me on Discord and it says that, mind your business. I'm working and I'm bored.
Yeah, mind your business.
You have to.
Listen.
But besides that, I did finish Yakuza 3 on my own time. So that's 4 down, 4 to go. Oh my god.
Oh, I was gonna be like, yay, and then it's like, oh, you have 4 more. Okay.
Yeah, I have to go through. I have to do 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And then there's a spinoff. Well, it's coming out on like PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and for some reason Stadia, but not Steam yet. I don't get that, but I'm not playing it on Stadia. But I'll wait.
Well,
but to play that, so I guess that could be technically 5. But then I've also started playing Gitadora. So this is another Bimani game, and this one is a combination of Guitar Freaks and Drum Mania. Okay, I had to make sure I had that right. And of course, I don't have a guitar controller, so I've been holding my keyboard like this, like a real dork.
Oh,
like this, because it's all I got. I've been trying to get a guitar from not like the guitar for that game, because that thing costs like $300. I've been trying to get like a Guitar Hero one, like off of like eBay, but people been raising the prices on those, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna wait. I actually hit someone up on Craigslist who had like one for a decent price. He hasn't hit me back up yet.
Oh no.
So it's just trying to find something that's cheap and like gets it done, but that's not like crap and won't lag or anything like that. But it's a fun game. It's like I say, it's another Bimani game, so it has like its music that's made for it, and then some of the music that's in their other games end up in here as well. So of course with that, and me looking at Guitar Hero guitars, I start, of course I played a lot of Guitar Hero like back when it was a thing. like back in mid 2000s to 2010. We don't talk about live. That thing was bad. So that ended me over at Clone Hero. Good Lord. So this is pretty much Guitar Hero on PC, where people can make their own charts, or, as you would obviously think, bring charts from the older games over to this game. I've been spending almost all morning setting this up. It's not like hard or anything. You just have to like get the stuff, download them, put them in a folder, and you're pretty much kind of like playing like Guitar Hero on PC, because they didn't release that many of them on PC. They released I think 3, then World Tour, and then they stopped. And then it was just nothing. So you can, it's pretty fun. It's of course made, you know, by people who are fans and of the community. So it's going to have content for like a long time. But I think that's everything. Is it? Yes, that is everything.
I'm going to have to look into that, because my brother actually got a like Guitar Hero Metallica, one of those spin-offs.
I like that game a lot.
During the PS3 era, and I was like, well, I don't, you know, that's not my type of music. I don't know. But I still have the guitar, and I haven't had the opportunity to use it for anything, because I you know, those games kind of died, unfortunately, on console, and even on PC, they're very rare. So now that you're saying all that, I'm like, hold on. Now I might find a use for it.
But it's free, so you don't have to, it's just download a bunch of stuff, put it in a folder, and there you go.
Gonna have to dust her off.
I love that.
I love that journey. I was like, let me be very careful about how I'm gonna say this, because Koga might just kill me.
What?
If I wasn't careful about being like, oh, you know, I have a Guitar Hero guitar just laying around.
You're gonna send it? No, but I'll be able to get one. It's just that I'm not trying to like spend like, there's like this one that was for the 360. There's the Explorer one, and people are like trying to charge like $100. Well, it'll say like 80, but then they'll give you like $20 shipping. I hate.
Oh yeah,
I hate it so much. So they try to charge about that, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I mean, it's convenient because since it's an Xbox 360 controller, it just plugs in and it just works without me having to get like some type of converter. But
Right.
I'm trying to like not spend that much. Maybe go to like a Goodwill or something, or some type of thrift store maybe,
ooh,
and see if there may be some still lying around. But yeah, but for the $300 one, it's not a bad controller. It's good, and it's very close to the arcade, which again, Guitadora is more so a arcade rhythm game that Konami, they just keep making those in Japan. I know it's kind of strange. You know, over here we talk about how Konami just doesn't seem to like games, and then you start looking at their rhythm games, and it's like, no, they're making those at least. They have like tournaments for these. They have like a whole bunch of games for these. Not like one game, just multiple.
there's not enough like rhythm games over here,
Yeah, not anymore.
right?
Like I used to be like super into like Rock Band. I would play like on the drums.
Ooh.
Cause like the thing is, okay, personal story from my childhood.
Let's go.
So when in my like middle school, when kids were like 10, they got to choose an instrument to play. And I always wanted to play the drums, and my parents were like, no, it's going to be too loud, and also
Right.
it's not girly enough, so we're going to have you play the flute.
Oh,
Which was also extremely loud. So imagine that like bad Titanic.
oh, that was my household in middle school too. Yeah,
That was me. That was me on the flute. So
absolutely same.
I bet once they heard that, they wish they'd let me play drums.
I don't know
But
though. I don't know. Drums are another level.
True. But once Rock Band came out, I was like, oh, it's all over. Let me get some Rock Band drums. And I loved that. And like I haven't been able to play Rock Band in like a really long time, because like I don't have my drums anymore.
Oh,
Like just through like moving so much,
Yeah.
like I don't know like where they ended up, but but I would love to, like, especially if there's a way that I could do like custom songs or like newer songs. Sign me up.
Right?
It's doable. I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure there's doable because people make charts, and I do think you can use drums. I've seen people use them, but I'm not sure if it's like how that is because the only songs that I have right now are like from the Guitar Hero games. But you can't. I know I've seen some people like use drums and whatnot, but yeah, I like playing Rock Band a lot. But the thing is, like, finding the instruments for that is so difficult. Like Rock Band 4 is still a thing. I'm not sure if it still gets DLC or not, but it's like Rock Band 4 and then Guitar Hero Live came out. Guitar Hero Live sucks. Rock Band 4 kind of just played it really, really safe. So, and it was kind of like a little bit too late. It was kind of just past that time, unfortunately, but it was still good in my opinion. It was just Rock Band on Xbox One, and it's back. You can still play it on Xbox Series X. So you just got to find the instruments and have fun with that, because them prices are kind of not cheap.
I don't know where I would find drums, but
right.
I'll look into it.
Like eBay.
Yeah, that's probably the one.
Maybe Amazon. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to end up like paying more for like a Rock Band drum set than I would like an actual drum set.
Oh, then I don't know. Yeah, you probably want to avoid that. I don't know. Maybe you'll like if you like babysit the internet, you might be able to find maybe someone who's not going to sell it at an obnoxious price. But it's just unfortunate. Like people have this thing of like they're not being made anymore, and some of them are old, and they think old that okay, I can sell it at this certain price. So I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Scalpers. They found gaming and they haven't looked back. Have you been playing any other teams?
No, I had to double check. This week has been kind of chaotic. So that's like I had to take my mom to like her appointment. Then Godzilla versus Kong came out Thursday, and then yesterday was Captain Falcon and a Winter Soldier, and then like another episode of Invincible. So my week has kind of just been like all over the place. I'm surprised I played that many games as much as I did.
That's awesome though. That sounds like a lot of fun. Definitely gonna look into at least Clone Hero. I'm definitely gonna look into that. But yeah, that's it for our podcast, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Like we said in the beginning, we're live every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch. Are at Just Gaming Tingz. You can find us on Spotify and YouTube as well. Just look up Just Gaming Tingz and you'll find us, I'm sure. We usually tweet about everything, like if we have any updates, if we have any new episodes or any new extra streams for like gaming and stuff like that. We will definitely keep you updated. Channel update though, we're gonna have a new emote very, very soon on Twitch, so you're just gonna have to tune in and subscribe and find that out soon whenever the emote becomes available, because that takes a while for a new channel. But stay tuned. Although that's all fun and games, we also have individual channels that you can follow and support. So Koga, where can people find you? What are you going to be up to in the near future?
You can find me here and on Twitter at Koga_Jangles. I should be back to streaming normals this week. I'm probably still playing Sound Voltex because they did do their monthly update because it is a subscription. But since I'm like new, I missed like some of the older stuff, and now they add like 20 songs a month. That works for me.
Yeah.
So like 20 songs a month for like $20, sure. So I'll probably be going through those when it updates Monday. Well, for us, I think tomorrow. It updates in Japan Monday. Time zones, okay?
Oof, time.
But should be probably playing more of that this week.
Awesome. You can find me at projectruby.eu. All of my links are going to be there. So Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, Ko-Fi. I actually just recently uploaded a review on Patreon and Ko-Fi for any of my supporters on there. I watched the K-drama Crash Landing on You, which was my first ever K-drama. And so I ranted about it for almost 2 hours. Yay. Love that. Enjoy that. You have plenty of content with that alone. But yeah, other than that, I'm still, trying out new games, some indies every once in a while on my Twitch streams. I do some Animal Crossing little updates every once in a while so that people know what I'm up to. I also play Final Fantasy VII Remake, Majora's Mask, Tomb Raider 3, all of that fun stuff. What about you, Spin? What are you up to?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. I've been uploading every day for like the past week, so hopefully you want to keep that streak going.
Iconic.
At Spin Blend. I've been playing definitely lots of Animal Crossing, updating on Yeehaw Land.
Yeah.
We're shiny hunting for a shiny Delmise in Pokemon Shield. And then we're also playing Final Fantasy 13 on the PS3. And those have been really fun so far. I'm really excited about like all the stuff I've been doing on my TikTok. I've been doing like a lot of like K-pop unboxings and like anime pin collection stuff. And I also do have a Ko-fi at Spin Blend. And I'm just absolutely like blown away because like I don't really promote that a whole lot. But like one of our amazing, incredible community members like single-handedly crushed my first goal to get an ergonomic keyboard and mouse, and I'm just like,
right? That's
and that
incredible.
actually came in the mail today, and I'm excited to get that set up.
Oh, fun!
So yeah,
that's
what
exciting.
I've got going on.
And the soap shop, hello.
And the soap, of course. I do make and sell my own soaps at Spin's Soap Cafe.
Yes, I use all the soaps all the time. It's so good. Well, one of them. Let's not get too wild. I only use one soap at a time. But for now I've been using the cherry blossom, and it's so lovely. I find myself like sniffing my own hands, like, ooh, so lovely.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's really, 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 really wonderful. So yeah, definitely check that out. Check us all out, please. Even Jam and Chilora, they weren't able to make it this week, but I'm sure they would appreciate your love and support, and I can't wait until they're back. So definitely cheer them on. Show them some love and support, and yeah, we'll be back next week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.
Bye.